Sally called me up and she said, Bubbles, I've got this idea. We're going to build a water machine that's going to go to the RNC and the DNC, and it's going to have this big inflatable missile. It's going to be huge and beautiful. And that she was really excited that I was going to choreograph this Bugsby Berkeley number that we were going to be doing on the float.
Yeehaw!
So I took that to mean that it was a big vehicle that we were...
Yes.
That we could dance on top of, that they couldn't kick us off of.
Yes. Oh, listen, wait.
Hello? It's Bubbles Mom Lover. Is that you, W? Well, why don't you tell us all about that world domination tour, the wonderful war machine you're building, W?
Let me hear your phone.
Oh, darling! Tell us, is this float, are we going to be dancing on top of the float?
Whoa!
That's nice. We can do a real kick line with that.
6 months ago, Tom was looking on Craigslist at different trucks, and he saw a truck that was a weird bus that had been cut up and then its back had been welded onto his front, and it looked like a kind of cartoony, bubbly shape, and it cost $500. And for parts, it probably would have been more. So he bought the truck, and we had it, and we had to just keep moving it, and we didn't know what to do with it. Our whole front of our, and oh yeah, all of our housemates have trucks in various state of life that they're working on. So our front of our place is packed with all these wild cars, and we added this truck to the mix. And then we were looking for something to put on it, because Tom knew this is a truck for the Missile Dick Chicks truck, because we wanted to make a beautiful art truck kind of float, but a stage that was really functional, and to have the Dr. Strangelove imagery of some, I wanted the 3 chicks riding on the missile with the red, white, and blue wigs to be like that symbol.
This is like the marriage of like the Missile Dick Chicks, the great political street theater troupe, with some of my interest in art cars and all things with fins on them. Missiles have fins on them. Art cars have fins on them.
Tom and Rick and Mike Tom worked all by himself for about a week on it, doing tons of welding, got some help. It was more of an engineering job, like the topsy-turvy bus. And I help on those kinds of jobs, but I definitely don't have that really like spark when I think about it. I'm much more interested then in after it's put together to help painting and doing the surface kind of work. But Rick does installations, and he makes art cars himself, and he made an amazing installation in the inside of our art truck that honored all the Missile Dick Chicks, and then had his own spin on it.
And I did all this when I hadn't met them yet, so it was very interesting to do. But it was an honor to do. It's been an honor to work for the girls, for the chicks. Gas mask, so lots of little, war memorabilia, as it were. We found this wonderful deck of cards. It's a bomb game. You bomb each other, I guess. So trimmed out the windows. Have these beautiful shapes of these windows. So I kind of I worked with those and trimmed them out with various things, marbles, beads, all nickels all over the dash, and I took the cover of the glove box here off and made this mosaic. Again, missiles, we've got Dick Cheney here, lots of bombs and planes exploding. So we have a sort of a guns, God, government, and girls theme going on, the 4 Gs, girls being the chicks. Now I'm going to wire up lights.
This project now is exciting people in this whole other place that we, And so that's fun because it's changing. The friends that came down that weren't Missile Dick chicks played their characters, a few of them, and really got into it. And so they were doing their own shadow work with their own relationship to authority. And it was really, I was so happy about that.
Welcome home, my friend.
Hi there.
This is a dream for Haideen and I of combining the power and beauty of the Missile Dick chicks with the art car scene, and so this is what we made, and it's getting better and better. And Saturday it's going to be glorious. Tonight's event, the history on it. A few years back, it was a fundraiser for the Orange Show that puts on the parade, and then they got to where they had $100 tickets for patrons, and artists got cheap tickets, and the public got $30 tickets, and there was a class structure going on. The rich people got the better booze and fenced off, and there's like a movement by the artists to change that and say it shouldn't be this division. And it culminated when this party was held in the Houston Astrodome. For one time, it used to be on the roof of a parking garage in downtown. It was really cool back when Houston had extra space. But then it went to the Astrodome for a year, and I had this car that had a Twinkie cannon. And from 50 yards across the stadium of the Astrodome, I'd yell out, "Let them eat cake!" And then we'd shoot a Hostess Twinkie at the patron party. And so they'd have like creamy shrapnel coming in. And it wasn't just because of that, but the next year, the Orange Show canceled the fundraiser. It took a lot of effort for them. They didn't make a lot. They gave the event back to the artists. And so it's an artist party. It's not a big corporate thing.
Thank you, man.
So it's back. It's back to us. It should be fun. It's held in a warehouse, ex-grain elevator building that this one member of the art car community bought, and I haven't been there in a long time, but we'll have fun. It'll be great to have you guys perform, and we'll get in the spirit of the thing. You'll meet a lot of the Houston crew, and thanks for coming and representing. Hey, do you have anything to add? Dolly?
Well, I just want to say that I'm really upset because I found out that my slave shot Twinkies on some of my best friends. Tootie and Pootie were in the corner. They were eating their dessert that was put out by the caterer, and Tootie got hit by the Twinkie and it knocked her eyelash off into her sorbet. It ruined her whole season.
Oh my God.
She had bought all her dresses and everything. So I just want to say artists are dangerous and horrible people. Get away now. I want to be alone.
And on that note, get in the car. Get in the art car.
Wars R Us is open for business. We'll send Iran an nice bomb for Christmas. True, our school systems have to beg and barter, but at least our bombs are getting smarter. Let's kick some ass for Texaco and BP. A little carnage never hurt. Nobody don't think it over. Don't think it over.
Even without the Missile Dick chicks, it had impact pulling into places, but add the chicks and it was like a very total spectacle. So we will have this spectacle to use until election. We'll just use it whenever we can.
You know what? Let's go play with the fire.